Hi guys, this is Ben from Swift English. So today we're gonna be discussing vocab and context questions from TOEFL reading. So, how do you approach this question type? Well, before we begin, these question types shouldn't take you more than 30 seconds on average. If you get really good at them, you could easily answer many of them within 8 or 10 seconds. It's possible. So, the main strategy you want to apply here is first, see whether or not you know what the word actually means. So the word anarchy in the passage is closest in meaning to what? So I actually know from real life that anarchy means like chaos or disorder. So based on that, I'm going to find whichever one of these words means that and select it. So, it's not uncertainty. That's a word that's related to anarchy, but it doesn't mean that. It is disorder because I know it's chaos or disorder. So I see one of them there. So I just select it based on my real knowledge. And C, powerlessness. No, it's not that. That doesn't make any sense. And D, violence. Anarchy can lead to violence, but it's not the same meaning. Okay. So once you've selected this, you would just read this sentence that contains that word really quickly and then, go to the next question. Proceed with it. But let's say you don't know what anarchy means at all. What you would do is go straight to the sentence that contains that word and look for words around it that might give away what anarchy actually means. So in contrast to, this is like a transition word, like opposite of the political anarchy, economic dislocation, so some economic turmoil, and military destruction, devastation in Spanish America. Brazil's drive toward independence from Portugal proceeded as a relatively bloodless transition between 1808 and 1822. Okay, so based on reading this sentence, I might be able to figure out its disorder, or I might not know. So it's a good backup strategy. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes there could be clues there that can help you get it. Other times it's not gonna really help you out. So just do your best. Okay, so let's take a look at another question, another vocab question to be specific. So the word precipitated in the passage is closest in meaning to what exactly, right? So with this one, and this is more of an advanced word, it's not really an everyday word, so it's a really nice academic word. You're gonna be reading the sentence if you don't know what it means. So the event that blank the break with the mother country was the revolution of 1820 in Portugal. So there's actually a small clue word here that can give it away, a small hint. We have the word break. So the event that something, the break, right? Maybe initiated the break, maybe caused the break to happen, maybe led to the break. So this is your backup strategy, guys. You're gonna, use the context to try to figure out what this word means. So I know from, my own knowledge that it means brought out because I know precipitated actually means caused. But if I didn't know that it meant brought about, I'd have to read this sentence and then try to take a guess, an educated guess. Now, there's a unique strategy for this specific question because this specific word, I should say, you see a prefix pre. Yeah, you have the suffix ed and stuff like that, but we want to focus on this prefix. So it says pre. What does pre mean in Latin or Greek, right? It means something that's happening before. Now, you could use this as a unique strategy and then, go with the answer choice you think is right. Like, oh, well, this before there, maybe it might mean came before. But the problem with this strategy is it's not going to work on a lot of words. Sometimes you might get away with it, but other times you won't. And in this case, if you see the actual answer, you're going to notice it's actually brought about, not came before. See? So be careful with this. This is a creative strategy. It's really if you can't get anything from the context at that point. So you already applied strategy 1. Like, do I know what the word means? I'm going to select it, read that sentence just to be sure and move on. Or strategy 2, if I didn't know what that word meant, I'm going to read this sentence that contains the word and use the words around it to try to guess. Well, if that didn't work, then maybe if there's a creative strategy, you could apply that like, oh, maybe I can use the prefix or the suffix to help me out here. So it really depends on the specific vocab question you're facing. Okay, let's take a look at one last one. So here we have the word timid, and the passage is closest in meaning to what? So I actually know it's fearful. So if I do know it means this, I would just check for this option. Yeah, there it is, fearful. So if you're timid, you're scared of something, and then you're just gonna read the sentence that contains it really quick. Probably take you 5-7 seconds. Okay, timid and vacillating, King Zhao didn't know which way to turn. Yeah, that makes sense. Now I'm gonna move on. Now, if I didn't know what timid meant or what it means, so I have no choice but to read this sentence and then take an educated guess based on context. So blank and vacillating, King Zhao did not know which way to turn. Now, this is a tough one, but if you know the word vacillating, this modifying word, what it means, you'll probably be able to understand what timid means. So vacillating means when you're wavering. That means you're going back and forth in your head, in your mind. So if I know that a person's indecisive, I can guess, okay, yeah, they might be scared or worried, right? Fearful about making some kind of decision, especially a big one. And that can help me get the answer. And then if I look at choices B, C, and D, angry, I don't think angry correlates, well. It doesn't go well with, someone who's wavering or vacillating, someone who's indecisive. Doesn't quite match up. Poor and vacillating, that doesn't make any sense. Sickly and vacillating, I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with feeling sick. But I can see why people might accidentally pick D, because they think someone who's vacillating is someone who's anxious, and therefore they're sick. So that's just a kind of false assumption, guys. In that case, yeah, you would take a random guess. But if I know what vacillating means, that can help me to select choice A, fearful, because it's related to timid. It has a relationship with this word. So someone who's indecisive is often someone who's timid as well. They don't know which way to turn. They can't decide. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you liked this clip. I hope you're able to apply some of these extra tips as well if you find yourself in some unique situation. So please click like, subscribe, and share this with your friends, family, etc. And I'll see you in the next one.